Get in, nerds. We are playing Hearts of Iron 4. This run's a little bit off the rails, but, you know, we're doing our best to keep everything together. We got a bunch of French submarines here making a problem, but hopefully once we've got a hold of Danzig, everything will be chill with that. Now, let's go ahead and unpause here. We can get ourselves some, let the day tick over and see where we are with everything. That's right, we're still very short on rubber. We got a lot of air experience, so let's go ahead and get ourselves some air doctrines. That's realistically going to be a lot faster once we've gotten air innovations too, but who knows how long it's going to take us to do that. We've got the air experience now, so we'll go ahead and we'll do that. We'll just do 2 right now for the moment. Keep some air experience in the pot. Once again, we are planning our invasion of Poland here. We've got some... Most of these divisions are still training. So how many days? We got 22 days in the focus, so we got about 45 days left over. And we sank a bunch of French submarines here, so that should be positive. Manage license production, that's completely fine. I'm going to put a few more divisions into this order here. And actually, we'll grab the cavalry divisions from over here. Are our cavalry templates any good? Not really. In fact, grab a few more divisions of infantry over here. So we got a convoy raid here once again, but we've got units in the area, so hopefully that means we can knock out these French submarines before they create a real problem for us. And we got another one happening over here. Perfect. Nailed 1 French sub, and that's going to make me feel a lot better about this front when the time comes for us to have a war there. Here we go, alliance with Great Britain. As they mentioned before, Great Britain has now offered to join our alliance to continue our cooperation and further isolate the Italians. What an excellent idea. Bulgaria approaches the German Reich. The Bulgarian government has signed a commercial agreement with several German companies in an attempt to strengthen ties with the German Reich, while stimulating the injection of foreign capital into the country. Under this agreement, German investors will receive significant legal benefits and tax reductions while operating in Bulgaria. This will encourage the Bulgarians to side with us. Ooh, and this gives us a boatload of political power. Bulgaria seeks Balkan claims warranted. A delegation from Bulgaria has approached our government, asking for German support for their claims in the Balkans and seeking to secretly negotiate and exchange Bulgarian territorial expansion in the region in the near future, in exchange for Bulgarian alignment with the German Reich and country's entry into the Axis. Recognize Bulgarian claims. This gives them a bunch of claims. Premium territorial modifier be transferred to Bulgaria once any faction ally controls the state. They'll be happy with us. We will organize any territorial expansion as we see fit. This is a rejection. All right, we'll go with yes. We'll get Bulgaria on our side here. Let me just make sure all of my supply hubs are motorized here. Anglo-German alliance. The British and German governments have announced a pact of mutual military assistance, as well as indicating their intention to respect the other's sphere of interest. Not all may be surprised to see this development after the German Reich's increasingly pro-British rhetoric in recent months, but the terminology of the treaty has taken many experts aback, and even led some to issue warnings for what this could mean for Europe. The seas have been secured. So, Britain is asking for into this war. I'm actually not going to say yes right now, and here's why. I want to be able to grab all this territory and France, and I don't want them naval invading through here and getting France without me. So, that's why I'm doing that. We're still working on getting a bunch of these synthetic refineries built up. How's our synthetic refinery tech? Not as good as I would like. I'm going to hold these air wings for now, actually. These ones are still on interception. And these ones have no orders whatsoever. We'll get these reorganized for our invasion of Poland. We'll leave one wing over here. We are doing some good work disrupting enemy bombing, but we're going to need to have these units ready for our invasion of Poland. So we'll pull those there. We'll get the Cass into Königsberg as well, and then we'll get the medium bombers over into what airbase is this? Niederschließen. So what's the timetable now? 35 days. Okay, well, Great Britain's in the war anyway. That's unfortunate. I was really hoping they would not join the war, but they've joined the war. So we'll go ahead and call British Malaya. We'll go ahead and purchase a little bit of oil and rubber from them just to keep our air development going. That's okay. We have some available dockyards now. We are not currently building any fleets. So, Hochseeflotte definitely needs more up-to-date ships. Particularly needs light cruisers. We've got a bunch of submarines in this fleet. I don't know why I didn't pull all those out. So we'll get these units deployed into a different fleet. We'll give that fleet a different color. And we'll give the entire fleet a different color as well. And we'll just go ahead and give this fleet a Jolly Roger icon because it's going to be a raiding fleet. And for now, I think we'll build up some submarines. Let's see, long range focus. But extra fuel usage. Oh, we can get reduced fuel usage over here. Service visibility. Oh, that's only capital ships. This is only cruisers. This is everyone. Oh, I don't like that fuel usage. Well, that's okay. We don't. None of this is gonna. This is the one we want. All right, and now I'm just gonna reset this to make sure this works. Engine 2, torpedoes 2, raiding fleet. We're going to call this submarine 2. I know, very creative. And we're just going to build a barrel full of these. We're going to build 11 and load them into raiding fleet 1, and then another 11 and load them into raiding fleet 2. And that'll be all of our our fleet expansions for the moment. These fleets are going to not be in a strike force, because that's a silly thing for submarines to be doing. That's going to help out our fuel situation significantly. How are we doing for experience? We're pretty good. I'm going to put a few more divisions over on this front over here, including this armored division, which is nearly done with its training. All these divisions are still working. We've got a pretty good buffer of infantry equipment, and we're actually full up on artillery, which is really, really good. Very pleased about that. We've still got a real serious shortage of support equipment. That's going to be corrected in 91 days, but realistically that's not going to happen before the war gets kicked off. But that's okay overall. It looks like Britain has not yet invaded France, except in Africa, where I think France might be winning in Africa, but that's not our business. So I'm actually pleased with how that's gone, because I don't want to share the glory with Great Britain. I want it all for myself. Very close now, about 2 weeks away. There's radar developed. We are very close to 1939 right now, so we'll get started with the 1939 infantry equipment. Go ahead and get that going. Got 150 political power at this point. So here's what we're going to do. Our war support is 50%. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an advance here. That's going to give us a bunch of casualties. That's going to drop our war support. And that's going to continue to keep our war support growing from this war propaganda campaign. So we're wagging the dog a little bit. As you can see, now we have a combat casualties reduction to war support. But hopefully... Oh no, our base war support is still going up. So maybe I don't need to do all this. Might be. Anyway, it'll start going down when we take casualties from this invasion of Poland that we're doing, so you know. We'll see. Unless, of course, they fold, which I'm hoping they do not. They do have Canada and Italy on their sides. That will put us in war with Republican Italy, but we've got a good, healthy force on this border here. And we're going to have more later. Yes, this... Oh my goodness, this army needs a general. We'll do Wetsleben. And in fact, we'll go ahead and put these two into an army group. They need a commander. We'll give him Guderian. He's got a lot of good traits. Go ahead and get that unpaused. Probably when these units are done exercising, I'm going to rotate them into the Maginot Line front so that these units can get exercised up again. Alright, so that's the national focus completed. We're going to go ahead and do synthetic rubber. That's going to really help with our overall rubber situation. I'm going to unpause here. Poland refuses German ultimatum. Considering the demands that seemed inevitable, Poland would be forced to cede Danzig to Germany, and a Polish plenipotentiary would be sent to Berlin to negotiate further terms. Ignacy Mosicki pointed to the German Reich's recent actions when stating it was obvious Germany would not be satisfied with Danzig alone. German and Polish forces are prepared for war, and reports are already coming in of clashes on the border. Once again, there is war in Europe. Then it is war. Alright, so let's go ahead. Tick this over here. Yeah, okay, here we go. Poland refuses to cede Danzig. Despite our attempts to allow Poland to hand over Danzig peacefully, even vowing to give up our claims on other German territories in exchange, we've been met with refusal. As expected, the world gives nothing to us that we do not seize by force. Alright, so this gives us some claims. Increases French war support, which is interesting. Why die for Danzig? Now we know. Let's go ahead and declare this war. We'll get our planes in the air. And we'll set our armies going. Oh. This army is also here. Get me guerrilla fighter, I don't need that. And you're good to go. Alright. One is called Republican Italy as our allies, as their allies, but we'll get pressing forward on the Republican Italian front. Repubblica Sociale Italiana. Oh! I didn't realize that Mussolini was still holding on. So where's Mussolini? Mussolini is in Sicily, Sardinia, Zara, and Libya. Oh, and down here. Absolutely. That's lovely. All right. We're going forward. We're experiencing success on all fronts. France joined Republican Italy. That's not shocking. And the war is properly popped off with Britain. Oh my goodness. This is not what I want. I want to be going around the Maginot Line. That was why I was in this. I'm going to bring all of our allies into the war against Poland. So in 28 days I'll have a war goal, and that'll let me smash through the Netherlands and Belgium to come at Paris from the north. As you can see, we're experiencing a big ol' success in Poland here. Very happy about that. We've gained a couple new dockyards, so we'll go ahead and assign those. Queen Maud of Norway has died. While on a visit to England to see her family and her brother, King George V of the United Kingdom, Queen Consort of Norway and Princess of Wales before that, Maud has died of a heart failure in her sleep. A complication after an abdominal surgery earlier this week is believed to be the culprit. She was a beloved figure in Norway and will surely be missed by her son, Prince Olav, and her husband, Håkon VII, the King of Norway. A loss to us all. British Malaya is in the war on our side. Wonderful. So, we're quickly moving towards Warsaw. We've got a bunch more military factories, and we're going to queue them into support equipment, because we're still desperately short of that. I think the rest are going to go into anti-tank, which we're going to need a lot more of as we get going on here. I can't believe I did freaking whole liquidization. I'm a big dummy sometimes. Sometimes I'm a huge dummy. Are you gonna attack? You gonna go to war at some point over here? Gonna do some offensive action? Yeah, okay, alright, we're in the Italian Civil War. World tension's above 50% now. Shortage of support equipment for garrisons. What else is new? Alright, so let's get going here. These units are not being as aggressive as I would like. Expeditionary forces are called back. That cool. It's this army. Hungary. Why would you do that? They're in the war, Hungary. They're fighting. You're getting the thing you wanted. You wanted to send expeditionary forces to get war experience, and they're getting it. Why are you complaining? Yet here you are. Yap, 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 yap. Perfect. We're nearing Lodz. We're nearing... We're actually going a little slower than historically, but also, like, we're here way earlier than historically we would have been, so, you know. Instead, once Danzig falls, I think I'm going to get Kesselring's army over to the west to get started with the invasion of the Netherlands as soon as that is viable. Or France has been bypassed. Around Maginot has been completed. So, from here, I think we're going to get started with synthetic rubber. German pressure towards the Benelux. That would be an aggressive strike. I should have read that. It's fine. So it's about a month since our invasion of Poland started. Fix. That is Kesselring's army finished. Unfortunately, the Brits are in Dieppe. We'll see if that pans out. If it doesn't, I won't be unhappy. We'll go ahead and get another... Actually, here's what we'll do. We'll get 7... Not destroyers. We'll get 7 dockyards on each of these submarine lines. We'll put half the subs in the later ones. And that's how we'll do it. Let's put 22 up here, but maybe I am silly. We'll do that. We'll queue these in when needed. Then we'll be good to go. I'm going to have our fleets go ahead and dock. I think France doesn't need to be doing stuff with its fleets right now. Yep, they're returning those expeditions, which is unfortunate, but it's fine. We are closing in on Warsaw. The Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia declared war on the Eritrean Kingdom. This is a note. Okay, so Eritrea rebelled. Interesting. Yeah, you can join our faction, absolutely. Maybe the UK decolonized that zone or something like that. I'm not really paying all that much attention to what's going on over there because I kind of got my hands full over here. Once we get Warsaw, Poland should collapse. Keep up the pressure here. We got a bunch of war support from somewhere. Are we in a defensive war now somehow? No. Weird. Great Britain declared war on Ireland. Ireland joined the Italian Confederation in the Allies. And there's the end of the League of Nations. Honestly, I'm surprised it took this long. With the declaration of war on Ireland by Great Britain, the League of Nations has failed in its attempts to preserve peace. Edward VIII openly mocked the League's inability to do anything, and with that took his country out of the League. With other world leaders also questioning the point of the League of Nations if it can't prevent conflicts, the days of the League are de facto over. While the Council continues to meet, no one expects it to actually accomplish anything anymore. Whatever authority the Council once had is long lost now. Not totally unexpected. That puts us in Warsaw. And that is the fall of Poland, giving us a whole mess of equipment. The fall of Warsaw. German forces advancing in Poland succeeded in capturing Warsaw. Sporadic fighting continues in Praga and a few other districts, but organized resistance in the city seems to have ceased. The Polish government reportedly evacuated the city as the first German units entered Warsaw's suburbs, and their present location is unknown. Fighting against the German invaders continues in other parts of the country, but the loss of the capital is a serious blow to the Polish war effort. Another victory for the fatherland. Great news. Alright, so France has called us into war. Now we've got a hold of all of Poland, which is delightful. So, we're going to grab our fast... So we're going to grab Kesselring's force, and we're going to pop that into Guderian's army. We're going to do the same with Rommel's army here. We're going to have these units do invasion across the Netherlands. And as soon as they're in place and planned, we'll hit the go button for that. We're still working on getting our fuel situation sorted out. We do have available military factories, and we've got artillery, and we're still working on getting support equipment up. But I think we can go ahead and... So we've got a few factories. I'm still going to queue these into infantry equipment. I know I'm short on support equipment, but I'm not going too far too fast just yet. I'm going to scale back actually naval bomber production because I don't actually need all that much of that now that Britain's on my side. So now this army is the Eastern Army. Oh my goodness, we successfully isolated an Italian division over here and we pushed into Trieste. Oh my goodness, that is quite an advance. I'm thoroughly pleased. Didn't even notice. So these two armies are Eastern forces. I'll put one on the border of Lithuania here, and the other we're going to assign to the Romanian border. We'll keep that the way it is for now, as we move all these other units over. These units were on interception and not air superiority. That was very silly of me. I did a big dumb thing there, friends. Prepare for our invasion of the Netherlands. And basically, as soon as we get France capitulated, which is going to be pretty fast at this point, I'm going to put a pin in the video. It looks like Great Britain is continuing to hold over in this zone. Let's go ahead and hit the staff office plan. Well, they're actually almost fully planned, so we'll wait till the day ticks over, and then we'll declare our war. So this is Kesselring and Rommel. Oh, right. I'm going to get some more infantry divisions into training. 4 of them. Just 4 of them for now. 8 of them. Just 8 of them for now. Netherlands join the Allies. We are pushing rapidly forward. Yeah. It's not going to matter in a second. There's armored trains researched. Very good. We'll go ahead and research ourselves some big ol' railway guns. Railway guns are silly. Let's do it. What if train was a tank? And that is the Netherlands capitulating. Great news. We'll go ahead and grab Kesselring's infantry forces, put them on the Belgian border. We'll go ahead and grab Rommel's mobile forces. We'll put them here. Spearhead through to the French border. Actually, you know what? Time to get stupid. Huh? Oh, you know what? We can't do that because they're not technically in the Allies yet. Or not the Allies, the Italian Confederation. That's weird. That's weird. That's odd. I'm also going to grab Rommel's infantry units and put them into Kesselring's army for now. And have Rommel just be the mobile stuff. I'm going to grab 2 more units of motorized infantry, place them in his army. We can get the rest of their training in a little bit. Go ahead and unpause to get everyone in place. Let's throw these factories into tanks. In fact, I can actually build quite a few more tank divisions right from the get-go, but we're short on trucks. Am I? Am I properly short on trucks? I am. Ooh, that's not good at all. So we'll go ahead and queue 4 more factories into trucks. That's not good. I misplayed that, but that's okay. We're not going to need those divisions urgently. And that's an invasion plan, friends. So, or at least as planned as we need to be. We'll go ahead and declare it. We'll call our allies. And we'll hit the go button. Meanwhile, Witzlaven's army is continuing to advance over here. Supply over the Alps is a little rough, though. Where's our nearest supply hub? Probably Verona. Yep, it's in Verona. Alright, so this supply situation is going to be difficult. So what we're going to do is we're going to build up a better supply network. To our capital. And we're going to put Witzlaven on hold for now so that we can get all that built. It's going to be a minute before we're even working on it, so it's fine. Advance is go. We've been embargoed by Cuba. I forgot to give Kesselring's army an arc of advance, so let's go ahead and do that. Like a big hero would have done. There we go, that's what we want. We got a ton of political power now, and I think it's about time we got our Prince of Terror. Because we've taken over a lot of territory, so we'll go ahead and do that. This guy's going to give us a bunch of extra manpower from our non-cores, and he's going to reduce damage to the garrisons. And that's going to be very important. We're also going to get Guderian into the position of Blitzkrieg Theorist. That's going to give us increased speed for our tanks, and that's really, really useful. And planning on the fall of Belgium at the end of the day. Very good. Guderian's army is going to be in Paris before too long. We'll just hit the go button on that immediately. We're just going to have these units get to Paris as fast as they can, because I want to outrun the British there. Because I want to get control of France, not the British. A very reasonable and sensible way to order military affairs. Turkey delivered an investment portfolio. Representatives from Turkey have visited our country and met with many of our politicians in the hopes of garnering endorsements for their investment scheme. The government of Turkey would like for us to use our resources to better their own industrial capabilities and output. Turkish officials have inferred that by assisting their nation, we might be able to expect aid of our own in the future in the form of a military alliance between our nations. If it is aid they need, then it is aid they shall have. And I'm actually going to do that for reasons that are going to become clear in a second. That should be the fall of France. No. Really? France still holds. They're nearly there, though. Alright, we'll head to Orléans. Don't wait. And Kesselring's army will just go ahead and have another axis of advance. Alright, and we'll go ahead and put another we'll do just a regular advance order here for Rommel's army. This is gonna go really fast because we've got, there's the fall of France. Great news. The fall of Paris. While fighting still rages elsewhere in France, reports have come in of German troops entering Paris. The capital was declared an open city by the French forces moments before their last units retreated. Several columns of German troops recreated the Prussian victory parade of 1871 by marching down the Champs-Élysées, while Parisians looked on in stunned silence. Military experts predict that the collapse of France is imminent. Another victory for the fatherland. True Blitzkrieg. This is an achievement for having both France and Poland collapsed before the beginning of 1941. So that gives us some more factories to play around with. We're going to queue even more of them into trucks. Because that's just what we've got to have. Lost a convoy here to French raiding. So we should be getting an event about Vichy France pretty shortly. Oh, is this an Italian railway gun? I don't get it. Alright. That's not the event I was expecting. But anyway, let's see. So this is going to be the end of the episode, I think. We've had a pretty productive episode. We're basically the undisputed masters of Central Europe from here. Anyway, the Bolivarian Alliance. President Lázaro Cárdenas. Oh my gosh, Great Britain. How are you? Are you genuinely losing a war with Ireland right now? Great Britain. Great Britain. Johnny. Georgie. Eddie. What are you doing? Eddie, what are you doing? Alright. Sorry. The Bolivarian Alliance. President Lázaro Cárdenas of Mexico's Partido de la Revolución Mexicana has announced the formation of a new bloc of nations in the Western Hemisphere. The Bolivarian Alliance takes its name from Simón Bolívar, an independence fighter who helped win freedom for many of the Latin American nations now joining together in an alliance. Their declared goal is to seek an end to the continent's domination by the old European and American empires by building strong socialist states linked together economically and diplomatically. Is this a prelude to get more fighting? Alright, so at this point, the last item on our agenda is going to be to collapse Italy. Republican Italy, that is. And after that, we'll be sitting pretty in Europe. And have plenty of time to plan future expansions. But that is going to have to be for next episode. For now, I've had a good time. I hope you all have had a good time. And I will see you all on the other side.